Good morning, Mazani. We are from Group 1 and we'll be presenting our results of the CPT113 Assignment 2. My name is Shung, metric number 158814. The problem requires us to build a computer science students registration system. So, we decided we will settle with a version of the current campus online in USM. Our program will display information including students' personal information such as NRIC, metric number, and address. It also shows academic information such as the current course taken, previous semester's grade, and CGPA of a student. The ways of how our program will display them will be explained later by me and shown by Brandon. Next, we use object-oriented programming (OOP) to help us in our programming. First is encapsulation, where we bundle data and methods such as student list, where it contains student data and the related methods functions to display or manipulate them. Second, we use abstraction in our classes to ensure that the abstract information are hidden away from the user, such as the head pointer of the linked list. Third, we use composition in our program where class contains another class object. For example, in our program, the node in the student list contains the course list class by composition. I'll pass to YING for in-depth explanation of data structures used in our program.
Good day, Puan Mazani. My name is YING, metric number 157627. Now, I'm going to explain about our data structure. We use normal linked lists, but the linked lists are nested. Here, you can see 4 different linked list classes. In our program, object composition is implemented, where student list and personal info list have composition relationship. In this case, each metric number node has its own linked list of personal information. Next, student list and semester list also have a composition relationship. Each metric number node has its own linked list of semester's information. On the other hand, semester list and course list have a composition relationship too. Each semester node has its own linked list of courses information. You might not understand entirely. Let me explain in the next slide. Here you can see our largest parent class, the student list, which we use to access the other linked lists. It stores the metric number of students in the linked list, as you can see from student 1 to 5 in this case. The number of metric numbers will increase as the registration of students increases. As I expand the image, you can see that the linked list of personal info list belongs to the first node of the student list. This is why we call the linked list to be nested, because you need to access a student list before accessing any other linked list. It is the same for the second and the rest of students in student list, where each student has their own personal info list. By expanding the image, you can see that each node or student in the student list also has their own respective semester list. Each student has a linked list that stores the latest and previous semesters that the student has been studying, and in this case is about 6 semesters. Here is another example. For the second student, you can see that both the composition arrows have been shifted to metric number 2, which means now we are accessing student with metric number 2 to access his or her personal info list and semester list. The same goes to metric number 3 and metric number 4 and so on. By expanding the image again, you can see that there is another nested linked list after the semester list, which is the course list. Each semester node in semester list has its own linked list of course list. Here, it shows that the student with metric number 1 has taken 2 different courses in semester 1, which are CPT113 and HFF225. The sequence arrangement of course list is a bit different, as it stores the course code, course unit, course type, and course grade in order. And after the course grade, it stores another different course, and the process repeats. This is another example if the student with metric number 1 took the 2 subjects in course list in semester 2. And to give another example, this is a student with metric number 2 who took the courses as shown in the course list in his second semester.
Thank you, YING for the wonderful explanation. Now, I would like to cover briefly about the specification requirements of our program. The most important input for our program is the metric number of the student, where we retrieve their data from the database. Other than that, is the input are what our program asks for, such as inputting the course taken for the next semester. Our program processes a lot of data, from processing data from the student database to searching for specific course with the user's keywords. Our output will be based on what the user requested to see, such as the CGPA or the GPA for a particular semester or the specific course unit. Some of our program's constraints are the course available in our database that might need to be edited manually in the future. Last but not least, we also assume the students enter true and valid personal and academic information. That's all from me. You may refer to our report for further details. I'll pass to Brandon for the demonstration of our program.
Alright, so as you can clearly see that we have opened a student's file which consists of all the student's information, but it is empty right now because we haven't keyed in anything yet. So let's try to key in some information and make this thing filled with data. Okay, so let me just run the code and let me enter my metric number. And let's say I want to view existing information. I have not yet registered, so I will need to register before I view these informations. All right, so let me just press anything to continue. And we can press number 2 to register as a new student. So let me just key in all my personal data. Okay. All right, so now I have keyed in everything. And they say, do you want to continue? I'll just press yes. If I don't want to continue anymore, I'll just press anything else and you exit the program. So I'll press Y for now. And you can see that inside the existing information, let me just view both my personal data and course data. You can see that let me press 0 to view all. And you can see that I have had all my data over here and all the courses that I've taken for this semester. All right, so let's continue on. And let me see. All right, so now we are in semester 2. Just an assumption. So now I'm semester 2. Let me key in data for semester 1, which is the grade. So you can see that please enter your grade. So the grade is I got an A, for example. So let me just keep on keying it in. All right, so I've got my GPA, and let me enter a course to register. So the great thing about this is I'll just be able to press a string, and you can see all the courses that have this string over here. So let me just press number 3 and pick a course type. All right. Okay, so I've registered in this course already. So let's continue on. Right, so now it says that I have 17 credits already, but it's more than enough. But let me continue on, so I'll just press Y. Okay, so I think that's enough for now. Let me just press any other key to continue. Alright, so do you want to continue? I'll just press yes. And you can now see inside view existing information. You can view course data and select semester 2. You can see that I've registered all these courses from semester 2. Alright, so now let's say I want to drop a course. So let me just press number 4. And let's say I'm not really suited with this course. So let me just drop this and yep, you want to continue? It's already successfully deleted. Do you want to continue? Yes. So you can see inside your existing information. Let's do the same thing again. And you can see that course is no longer here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 courses, and yeah, that course is successfully deleted. So let's press exit the program first, and now we can see that inside the file over here, that there has been some additional information added in. Okay, so this is my personal data, the first line. Semester 1, all the subjects. Semester 2, all the subjects. It's empty here because I haven't keyed in the grade for this semester yet. And you can see my CGPA over here. Alright, so let's just close the thing. And let's say I want to drop out of CS. Hopefully that's not the case in real life. Let's try to run it again. So 1573556. And let's press 5 to drop out of CS. So this is a big thing. So you'll say, are you sure you want to drop out? And yes, I want to drop out. So I have successfully dropped out. Pressing the key to continue. I've gone out of the program, and you can see that inside here that the file is empty once more. So that's how the whole thing works. And thanks for listening, and goodbye.